G'day everyone, Steel Horse here. Welcome back to Griffin, Indiana, and we're in the second half of July, continuing on with harvest season. So we're working on one of the contracts that we had delivered for last time, but we hadn't got the crop off the field. We've started out here this morning. Kevin's been up and at 'em pretty early, and he's gotten a few things happening, so we're sorted here, just getting the crop off, and we've got the trucks doing the carting. We've also got a mower going up on our meadow on the near the field we did last time, and there's still obviously a lot of straw on the barley fields that we might get to in due course, but the first priority today is to get the crop off here, and so that we can finish two of the contracts. One that we took the crop off the field 23 last time, and now we just need the crop off this one, and then we can get the equipment down to field 2, where hopefully it'll pretty much work itself. So that's the plan. It's going pretty well so far. The equipment's working well. He's given some thought to a couple of things that we probably need to buy. So looking, the first priority is we're working the harvester this hard, keeping it maintained and fueled could be a bit of a challenge, so picking up a facility to do that without having to take it back to the farm strikes Kevin as being a clever idea. And secondly, that the baler is really struggling with the straw and the size of the swaths, and of course the meadow needed to be cut, and that grass needs shifting to the fermenting silo. We made all the hay last, or a couple of episodes ago, so we've got plenty of hay for the cows. We just need to keep the silage up, which is also our emergency funds pool as well, just in case the mortgage gets a bit tricky. So the plan then is to I don't think we can afford a forage wagon, but we probably need to lease one again to at least enable us to pick up that fairly quickly. So the grass off that meadow fairly quickly. What we might do, you can see over there our trailer and tractor is waiting for our call. So we might give him a bell, see if he'll come and give us an unload, because that trailer is about 2/3 full, and hopefully it'll run across here if it's not stuck on an object. Looks like there's a worker in it. We'll just have to wait and see. Not much more to pick off this this field. And you can see that the truckload that just went up to the mills actually delivered against field 2, which is a little bit annoying. You can see up here the mower's working happily on the grass, so we'll just let that continue for the day. And we've got a lot of bales already, but still plenty of straw to pick up over there. So we'll get back to that a bit later in the day. Now though, hopefully, if we put the pipe out, we should get the tractor to come and empty. Here it comes. Now we won't be able to, oops, just try and drive in a straight line would be a good idea. I'm going to fill up before he gets here. Possibly. It's decided it wants the truck to fill us. Okay. This is fine because we'll put a full load into the truck and while the truck's off and emptying, we'll get the harvester working again. Off we go. And off goes the truck. We might leave this working here and grab the ute and head across to the store and see if we can organise a forage wagon and something to do some maintenance and fuel before that becomes a critical requirement, because the other field we need to harvest is just down here on our right, so right there in front of us, in fact, so pretty easy to get to from where we are. Now, what Kevin's been thinking here is, in terms of forage wagons, it doesn't matter too much, but he's got a mind to sort of take something towards the upper end of capacity, and that potentially he might look to purchase. And so there's the big Pottinger, and the big Vitesse. So I think we'll go with this one. Let's put the silage additive tank on it, and we're just going to lease. So 6,500, that the amount that it'll save us in being able to pick up our straw alone will pay for that. So that's a pretty straightforward decision. And then the other thing we need to look at, we find down in the miscellaneous category, we could go with just a fuel tender, but what he's thinking with the harvester is that maybe we should be looking at the service vehicle, which has got the ability to put some fuel in it as well. So kind of likes this one. We don't use DF on the farm, and we'll stay with the colour, standard colour, and this is a long-term proposition, so I think we'll buy one of these. And now we can leave the forage wagon here until we have a chance with the tractor to take it back and get it into service. But right now we'll go on fill this service trailer up with some fuel and head back and see where our tractors are getting onto. There we go, get it into the zone and we're in a position to refuel. Not the fastest fill, but that'll get the job done. And there we go, 2875 litres of diesel, so that should keep the harvester running for a little while. The harvester's full again, so it needs an unload. Given the truck's just taken a load, we might take the opportunity to drive this vehicle and get the trailer filled up so we can send that back up and empty, because we probably only need one more fill out of the unload out of the harvester. Are we going to get there before the end of the row? And then the last little bit can go in the truck with any luck. Maybe not. Maybe we can get the last little bit in here and we won't need to send the truck again. We'll wait till he gets to the other end of the row. So that's the contract on field 14 complete. We've actually got a quarter of the crop delivered for field 2 already. So we're starting to accumulate a reasonable amount of crop for ourselves, I suspect. Which is a nice little bonus for Kevin. In addition to these contracts, we decided comfortably covered about 4 or 5 months of the interest payments on the harvester, so we only need probably another 3 contracts to meet his objective of covering the year's payments from contracts. It remains to be seen whether they become available to us today or whether we've got to wait a little further into the season, but things are progressing along the track we wanted, and if we could get a couple of extras that would enable us to buy some more land, that'd be a bonus. We've still got our own soybean crop to pull off in a couple of months' time when that ripens. We've comfortably got all of the crop in here. What we can do, you can stop there. We'll send you off to the mill. In fact, if we change your instructions to go to field to northeast and HH milling. We'll send you up to unload. Just line up here. Let's put our header off to the side here. The header dolly, I think. And away we go. Let's get the dolly out of the way and go and get that field service trailer in the truck. Arrived just back in time with this trailer. We'll just let him complete, because the weight point we've set here for this vehicle is just on the field in this corner. So we can put you onto the weight point and go and get the other truck. Now, if we follow the harvester around, we should manage to get an opportunity when he stops for an unload. So we'll just see how we go. With any luck, there'll be enough room to do the unload along here. Looks like he's preparing to make a cut in just to make sure there's enough room to unload. There we go. We'll just stay over here out of the way of the truck or the trailer, whichever one turns up. Meanwhile, we might be able to actually refuel while we're waiting. Can do the repair while we're here. And then if we just turn around, we should be able to do the refuel as well. And it's refilling slowly, but it's getting there, so we'll let you go. And in fact, if we back the trailer up, we can get the rest of that. There we go. Achieve everything all in one stop. To the side and we can turn you around when the harvester's moved. And off we go. Full tank of fuel, fully serviced. And put you back onto waiting now that you've got some crop. Pack up our service trailer. Then get out of everybody's way, I think, would be the best strategy. Just park in the lot up near Larson's might be the safest spot for leaving this out of the way for the moment. So potentially what we can do, it looks like our grass cutting is complete. So let's take our mower back to the shed. Potentially we can put the electric tractor on the windrower. Oops, looks like there was a couple of bits that you missed. If we put the electric tractor on the windrower, that might be the way to go. Just to get this road up and make it a little bit faster to collect later in the day. Because hopefully just a single load out of the tractor and trailer combination we've got down there will be enough, and then we can just leave the harvester and the truck working together to finish the field. That should go pretty close, I think. For now, let's put our mower away. The soybeans are looking very nice there. I'll be very interested to see the yield that we get when it comes harvest time. If we have a look at how they're going. Growth stages, they've still got a little ways to go. And as you can see in the district, there's a few crops that are coming ready shortly. So there's plenty of opportunities for more harvest contracts. So the potential to keep earning some money and developing is a good one. Jocelyn has been on his back a little bit. It's a while since we've mowed the grass around the house and it's looking a bit rugged. But as he keeps trying to explain, we've got a bunch of stuff that's higher priority to do, and to which Jocelyn's response is, well, why don't you get someone else to do it if you can't? And that's a good question, but he still hasn't quite managed to get round to it. Never mind, we'll get there. So there's the windrower. This shouldn't take too long. Just get a couple of headlands sorted out. And then we'll be done. Almost made it before the corner. And then we can head up to the mill. Let's see how we're going with that contract on field 2. Getting pretty close to completed in terms of delivery. 84% transported, so now we can pick up the forage wagon and head back, see how the windrower's getting on. Hopefully he's done enough headlands, which it looks like he does, and we can start to pick up some grass. And in fact, what Kevin's just realised is that on his way past the farm, he has forgotten to put silage additive in the tank, so the first tank will be done without that. Looks like we're getting a pretty good yield. Pitch the silage additive up. There should be some in the tank just beside here. There we go. And we can drop this straight in the fermenting silo. And with this tank, remember to turn on payload compaction, which takes our capacity up to 75,000 litres. with any luck, we'll get 2 more trailer loads off the field, which will bring us up to about 200,000 litres worth of grass, which will be fairly handy. We're coming up to 2:30 in the afternoon. We're definitely on track to finish the 3 contracts today. It remains to be seen whether there'll be anything else for us to take advantage of. We might just have to wait and see. Still a lot of work getting the bales off that field in front of us. Even though they won't be sold for a while, we can potentially stack those in the shed in the yard like we did last year until it comes time to sell them. It's on the progress, should comfortably get the 2 trailer loads plus what we've already put in the silo, so it's looking promising. We'll give it a couple more minutes. We got the signal that the harvester was full, so the truck should be emptying it. And we'll wait a couple of minutes and see if it turns up. We should see it get to or change the contract status in field 2. If that doesn't happen shortly, we will go and investigate. This run will complete up and back, maybe even just up. Might fill the tank here, fill the trailer rather. Yeah, it's gonna be close. 100%, there we go. If we have a look in the fermenting silo, we can see that we have our grass volumes coming up. We've got a little bit of hay, but we've got plenty of hay bales now in the barn, so we'll just use that next time we need to feed. And our silage is sitting at 104,000, really just waiting for the price. We don't need the cash at the minute, so, and the price isn't particularly good, so we'll just hold off there. Let's just have a look at the map and see where our truck's on its way. You can see there to the plants, and the harvester is back running again, so that's all unloaded successfully. So we can continue collecting this grass. And one more pass should finish up for the windrower. And the next truckload will finish for the contract on field 2, so that'll be a good spot to be. I'm guessing probably 2 truckloads after that'll be required to deliver the necessary crop for field 23, which we haven't delivered any for that contractors yet. Harvester is full again. The truck must be just about back there, so the harvester's making good time. And we're full here again. Just while we're passing, how much would it cost? Kevin's been wondering to buy this area just on the side here. 158,000, because just here we could fit 2 more cattle pastures with a little bit of tree thinning. So really this year's crop could go into that purchase with any luck, and then we'd be all set for next year. The other thing that would be particularly handy, there's always equipment, but another large tractor. And of course our own forage wagon. So provided we can stay on top of the interest payments, we should, which is looking okay at present with the contract run that we've got, we should be in a position where we can use our crop sales in the December period to buy that block of land, and potentially between now and then have enough money set aside to take care of any second-hand equipment that comes up that'll fit the bill. So it's feeling like a plan, and it's feeling fairly realistic at this stage. Because if we can get to that level of cattle, then by next harvest season we'll be starting to get into the period where we've got more cattle that are fully raised and ready for sale, and their sale can start to aggressively pay down the loan. If you think about it, we borrowed 750,000 for the harvester. Now for fully grown Angus, for instance, yields us 3,000. We need 250 of them to pay off the loan, and we've got 180 or thereabouts in progress. So we're not a long way away from having the cattle coverage. And over the coming year, our monthly milk production will get closer and closer to meeting the interest. So it's feeling like the financial vice that we got ourselves into is just starting to ease off a little bit. We can see again our truck is on its way to the mill and our harvester's running again. So that combination's working quite nicely. There we go. It's on field 23. It's done about 20%, which means it's finished delivery for field 2. So now we just need to watch and intervene. We don't want to deliver any more than is necessary to complete the contracts if we can help it, whilst we'll get paid by the mill for excess it'd be nice to hold on to that grain until the price improves a little bit. Managed to drive between those piles. And there we go. We'd had about 3,000 in the corner here. Nowhere near the 10 I was hoping for. Okay. I think we'll chase those little piles across the field. That will do it for today in terms of grass collection. So we can restart the fermenting process. Let's activate silage production. 255,000 litres of grass is a nice position. So we'll get another 200,000 litres of silage on top of the 100,000 we've got. So there's another 50,000 coming there. Nice spot to be. Let's have a look what was in the used equipment sales today. Well, that's very interesting. Side mower, which we don't need, but a case which he'd love to buy just so that he could tell the district that he's got 2 harvesters. We don't have 180,000 for that at the minute, so it's a bit of a pipe dream. Let's head back down to where our harvester's working. So we might drive the truck now and just speed up the process a little bit. Hopefully. There's still a good, I think, 3 more truckloads off this field. So we'll take 2 up to the mill and hopefully that'll get pretty close to finishing the contract. Okay, let's see how we go with this one. %, so we're going to need 1 and a bit. So while the harvester's moving away from us, we might go and take a partial load and top up in a minute. Let's see how much he's managed to collect. So we'll get the rest of our fill when he gets back to the other end. We can go and park up there and wait. And what we might have a look at is the contract board and just check in on what the state of play is for the surrounding area and what's coming up. So we'll just wait here. If we have a look at the seasons, so oats and canola still have another month to run. It's barley and wheat that need to be finished today. So oats and canola we're interested in, and then sorghum comes up next month. So if we have a look at contracts, what have we still got available? That's canola going to Mount Vernon. Wheat, which needs to be finished today, which we're not going to tackle. oats in field 27 and canola in field 30. So we could take both of those contracts. Could accept that one. And we could accept that one because we can do those next time. We've got one that's complete, which we can collect on. And we're going to have two more that complete in just a minute. So, but for now, we've picked up two more contracts for next time, which will cover the interest costs for the month. So Kevin's plan's working out fine so far. Anything we're ahead. Now if we just top off the truck, we can go and get this emptied while the harvester refills. And there we go. That's a full load. Okay, how close is this one going to take us? Almost empty. Oh dear. That started delivering against field 27 instead of finishing the field that we wanted. That's a bit of a pain. Although because there's no equipment involved, it's not the end of the world, and we know we've got next month to complete it, so it just means we can't collect on our current contracts because they're not going to finish today. Field 2 will finish today. Field 23 still won't complete. Let's just have another look at what's being grown in the area that's still coming. So there's still no cotton in the ground, which is kind of a shame. That's what he hasn't been looking for it, but there are a number of fields of sorghum. So next month they could be a proposition. There's corn if we decided to get a corn header, so 2 fields of corn. May not be worth it because the 2 contracts wouldn't pay for the header, so we might not worry about it and just concentrate on picking up as many of these sorghum contracts as we can. And there are a couple of soybean contracts too, so we'll see. In addition to our 2 fields, of course. Just have to see what happens. Oh, he filled up just as he got to the end. So almost a down and back gets him full. He's got at least a down and back, so we might just wait for him to turn the corner and top off before we head to the silo, so we can make sure that he finishes here tonight. So I think this will be the last load to the mill tonight. Let the harvester get the last load off the field. Pretty much next time, 1 truckload will finish the delivery for field 27, and everything that we take off the field will be enough to complete it, because sorry, one truckload should finish the delivery on field 27, and then we probably only need another truckload to finish the delivery on field 23. So everything above that we take off field 27 will be ours. Given we've just finished field 2, must only have the last little bit of crop to pull off it. And there we go. Got back in time for the last load, or the last row of the harvester. So we'll let him finish. We'll just grab the last little bit here. Might as well follow the harvester down and get as much into the truck as we can take. And that's just probably where we'll leave it. We can't close off the field 2 contract until we've got all the crop off the field, or we won't be able to get the last little bit of crop. So we need to get to the end of the row. All in all, the sun's starting to fade, the moon's up. It's been a really good day for us. So that harvester finishes, lights go down, we can go to field 2 in the contract menu and collect on that one. 23,000 just leaves us the 3 to finish off next time. So until then, stay safe, have fun. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.